Pat Olson alongside Jim Brovelli as we come your way from inside the USF Dons hotel in Los Angeles. USF on the road a bit later on this afternoon against the LMU Lions. Final regular season game in West Coast Conference play. Jim, the Dons closed out their home schedule Thursday against Portland on senior night with a nice win. The Pilots made a little run in the second half, but USF really controlled that game throughout.
Yeah, it was a great game, and to see the emotion before the game started with all the parents coming out for senior night for the seniors, and talk about the seniors and what they did in their entire career, and they're looking forward to this last game. What I like what USF did early on, the first 5 minutes, they jumped all over it and got ahead real quick on Portland. So, you really knew the game was in hand early on, 40-20 at halftime. Yeah, Portland did make a little run in the second half, but, all intents and purposes, USF had the game all the way. It was a great senior night victory for USF going into this Loyola game.
Jim, expand a bit on senior night because Jimbo Lull, Raymond Wrighton, and Jordan Routino, you alluded to the pregame ceremony. Special night for those guys and probably some special emotion. They've been a part of some great success on the Hilltop over the last 4 years.
Oh, they sure have. I tell you what, the last 3 years winning 20 games each year for those seniors, and coming into this year tonight, they have a chance to win their 20th for 4 years in a row. Pretty darn good, and they've been a part of that all the way through, and they've been a major part of that. So good for them, and they've been great students here at USF and great players for USF in this program.
Jim, this goes without saying. It's somewhat cliche-like. You want to finish strong going to the WCC tournament. Dons have a chance to do that if they can win tonight, and then they'll roll in as the number 5 seed next weekend in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and I like how USF's playing right now. They really have a lot of energy. They've got a lot of bounce in their step. They look how they beat Pepperdine in an overtime game, finished with Portland here, and then today with Loyola. So they're feeling good. They're playing well together, playing with good intensity going into this tournament. And, when you get into this WCC tournament this year, more than any other than Gonzaga, and Gonzaga can be beaten. It's proven that, BYU beating them. Any team on a given night can beat anyone. There won't be any upsets here. I don't care what your seed is. There are a lot of even teams in this conference this season.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun as we go to Vegas. Jim, we get a little bit ahead of ourselves, but I know it's lurking, and we're all trying to kind of be careful and, gauge what we say because USF is kind of on the cusp there. If they finish strong, that NIT is kind of, hanging there. Obviously, you need to go win some ball games.
Yeah, bottom line. Last time you were talking about NIT also.
Yeah.
So you tried to, read me a little bit.
Yeah.
But NIT, it's nice, win 20 here. But like you say, you got to continue to win. You got to get at least into that semi game and keep going. So USF's got to play a Friday night, a Saturday night before they get to that Monday. One game at a time. You don't know your matchups yet. So we'll take it one game at a time. Hopefully today we get by Loyola and see who we play on that Friday night.
Let's talk about LMU, the Lions. They really, slow it down. They get you kind of in a slugfest. It's a tough team to play against, and the matchup later this afternoon should be a good one.
Yeah, Pat, this type of team, Mike Dunlap does a great job. He's a fine coach. What he's going to do, though, is ugly up the game. He's going to try and keep it in half court. They have one player averaging in double figures, and the rest are like under 5 or 6 points per game. So they don't have a lot of offensive weapons. So what he does, and he's smart, to try and hang around and keep it in a half court and not give up easy shots. So that's what he's going to try and do and keep the score down a little bit. So USF's going to have to find a way to get some transition baskets, easy baskets to get that lead. You don't want to play from behind when you play a team like this because they will hang around. Then you never know what happens.
Jim, a final comment. We'd be remiss at 4 o'clock this afternoon, about an hour before the game, they're going to unveil the Hank Gathers statue out in front of Gersten Pavilion. I'm sure there'll be a lot of emotion there. You were in the building at the West Coast Conference postseason tournament when he tragically collapsed and passed. Any thoughts, memories come to mind? Because you coached teams that played against him. He was a great player. I saw him play in person. And what a gentleman. I interviewed him a couple of times. A real class act guy.
Well, he sure was. And I remember that Paul Westhead was the coach then. And great team, with Kimbers and Gathers and the rest of the group that they had there was very good also. So they really wanted to score a lot. And I remember one game with Hank Gathers, we tried to foul him a lot. He wasn't a great free throw shooter. And mid-second half, I think we had taken like 15 fouls on him, And Hank looks over from the free throw line. He goes, "Coach, I know what you're doing." And I said, Hank, we're trying to win a game. And he laughed, and I laughed, and we had a good time. And just that was a great team that Paul Westhead coached. I think they went to the Sweet 16 one year, the Elite Eight another year. But it was really sad to see that night at the conference tournament, Hank going down and not recovering. And it's great that to put up a statue of Hank Gathers, major part of this Loyola basketball program.
All right, Dons and Lions this afternoon. It's 5 p.m. at Gersten Pavilion. On the radio side, Jim and I have the call. We come along at 4:45 on KNBR 1050 with our pregame coverage. Along with Jim Brovelli, Pat Olson on USFDons.com.